So obviously, Nick Trigili has a huge fan base, and he has a very big bodybuilding YouTube channel. I do watch it. I enjoy his videos. Some of them are mindless, or some of them are very informative. Some of them are a stretch, but entertaining. But I noticed something today, which I haven't noticed before. I watched a video today that he did called Chris Bumstead Saves the Nelk Boys. And if you see the thumbnail is a little bit misleading. But the thumbnail and the title made it look juicy. And I was like, oh, let me see what's going on here. Maybe there's some good stuff. Click it. Okay. So apparently Chris Bumstead and Bradley Martin went on this podcast, the Nelk Boys. I don't think the podcast is out yet, but what is released is some footage beforehand. I believe it's a vlog and a footage beforehand where they're just talking and they're shooting the shit. And it's Bradley Martin, Chris Bumstead, and this guy Steiny. And they're basically talking about, at first they're talking about, the Bumstead's biceps. Then it goes into Steiny is a very small guy. The other two guys are very big, obviously. Bradley Martin, C-Bum, very big dudes. So Steiny says to the camera, what would you do if these two were with me or something to that effect, blah, blah, blah. So he makes up a story. And he says, what would you do if we were in a Chipotle and, somebody, punched me in the face, or somebody cut me in line and I said something and they punched me in the face and knocked me out. And Bradley Martin, they were laughing. Bradley Martin says, I would probably just laugh. And C-Bum says, I would carry you out like a baby. But while this is happening, Nick is inserting himself into the story. Go watch the whole thing. You'll see what I mean. I will put the link in the video at the bottom and you'll see it. And go click it, go watch it and see for yourself. So Nick is inserting himself into the story as if he is the antagonist that punches Steiny in the face and saying things like, you see that? Chris Bumstead, said he would just carry you out like a baby. And then he says, Bradley Martin would just laugh if I knocked you out. And earlier on, he said, oh, if I punched you in the face, you wouldn't be able to eat again. I'd break your jaw. And then he goes, I'm just kidding. I'd probably be very nice. That was earlier on, which is fine. I mean, I goof off too. But then this is a little bit later into the video, and he's kind of inserting himself into the conversation. And I listened to this 3 times because I'm saying to myself, they must have mentioned his name. They must have said Nick's name, and he's reacting to it. And I listened to it once, didn't hear his name, and I went back, listened to it a second time, didn't hear his name. The third time, didn't hear his name. So he's basically just putting himself in this situation as if they're talking about him, but they actually weren't. They were just talking about a random person, if this random person did that to Steiny. And one of the things that I noticed were the comments. I went down and I read the comments because I'm watching this video and of course I mistook it. And I went back and watched it 2 more times after that. And then I'm like, okay, this seems like not really much to talk about. I don't know why you would waste his time making a video about these 2 guys before they went on the Nelk podcast and insert himself into the conversation as if the conversation with them 2 was about him, which it wasn't. And I said, maybe I'm crazy. Let me see some of the comments. Now, Nick has a huge fan base, and there are a lot of people that love him. And of course, there's a lot of positive comments, but there were some comments that I saw that were negative. And more so, almost as if people are like, maybe they're catching on. Maybe they're catching on that the clickbait, the thumbnail, the titles are just that, clickbait. Let me show you. I'm going to pull up the actual comments, and I'll show you for myself. This video was uncomfortable and felt extremely forced. Super weird. Unsubbed. This dude's content is going to shit. Just talks a ton of crap and that isn't relevant. Why will everybody fight someone? Well, I don't know what the hell that means, but I get that. Another guy with this is content. You could kind of continue and watch this. Looked at the comments before watching this video, and holy shit, everyone hated this video. LOL. Wow, Nick really hated that guy. Bro, I don't know how you'll watch this guy and Nick's the only bodybuilder. I know with videos all over the internet with Nick getting his okay. This guy's bringing up his past. I'm not going to repeat that. Everybody knows about his past. Um Everybody in the comments are mad, but you'll be a fan in a few vids, trust me. Yeah, so basically that's my point. My point is, are people catching on? Is this the beginning of the end for Nick Trigili? Is his empire crumbling? And let's face it, he did build a YouTube empire, but he's burning a lot of bridges and he's shitting on a lot of big names. I mean, he did it with Sergio, he did it with Hunter, and now he's doing it with C-Bomb. C-Bomb is extra, extra popular. C-Bomb is a household name. People who don't even know about bodybuilding know who C-Bomb is. Is that a mistake on his part? I don't know. The comments seem to point in that direction. We'll just have to wait and see, right? I mean, it's possible. Rome crumbled. Greece crumbled. And Nick really blew up overnight. Within a year or so, he has over 100,000 subscribers. Could be a flash in the pan, or I could be dead wrong. It just seems like it can come and come soon. All right, guys, remember, subscribe to my channel. Serious and Cylinder Bodybuilding. I'm bringing you a lot of content. But remember, also go over to Nick's channel, watch that video for yourself, and make up your own mind. All right, guys. Later.